entrepreneurs don't meditate. Tell me about breathwork.
It's a practice where you control your breath to ultimately change your state. This is why you hear about tech entrepreneurs going to Burning Man.
One of my sort of rules is that everything works out always.
Yeah, that's a
and it's a
Buddhist thing,
very
yeah.
deep level. That is what gave me peace for the first time in my life.
When you look back over your life, it's easy to connect the dots.
We're talking about cold water.
Yeah.
We're talking about breath work, and I'm talking about entrepreneurialism.
Yeah.
You know, to go out and do difficult things in this
Yeah,
world.
the breath work and the ice bath and all these are tools, when done correctly, to train us how to use our mind.
You're out of date, man. Tell me about breath work.
Yeah, so breath work is, simplify it, it's a practice where you control your breath to ultimately change your state. You can go really deep into that. You can go into the esoteric world. You can go into just sports performance. So that's what it is in a nutshell.
My friend Luke Johnson, who started Pizza Express
Okay, yeah,
and
that's right, yeah.
Patisserie Valerie, and he was a writer in the Sunday Times, and he always said, entrepreneurs don't meditate. They don't do breath work. They don't do all this stuff. And I said, you're wrong, Luke.
Yeah.
You're out of date, man. Entrepreneurs absolutely do that because they know that to be successful happens here. Not there, not in the spreadsheets, not in the raising money, it's in here. So tell me about that.
Actually, what you were saying about it's in here, it's meditation and breath work is beyond that.
Yeah.
So meditation and breath work allows you to step outside of this critical thinking brain. You get a wider perspective of any problems in life, who you are, any business problems, and then you can approach it with a renewed, fresh mind. This is why you hear about tech entrepreneurs going to Burning Man, maybe using exogenous substances to get that stepping out. But that's why it can be applied for business. It can be applied for personal life. So it's not actually all in your head. It's more embodied emotions. So you can think about feelings, but true feelings are embodied, visceral. So feeling joy, it's not in your head, it's in your body.
One of my sort of rules is that everything works out always.
Yeah, that's a
and
Buddhist
it's a very
thing,
deep level. That is what gave me peace for the first time in my life. And I became more successful when I stopped worrying about having to control everything. I've been sometimes, you know, being a control freak was very useful for me. An angry control freak. You know, I got things done. Action, make it happen now. But later on, when I handed over and learning to let people do things their way, not my way, that was a big learn for me.
And actually you learn that through breathwork and meditation as well. So if you then can step outside of your usual cage of thinking, you see a wider picture, then that idea of gut instinct comes in. And that's when you can then you really listen to what your gut is telling you. Like Steve Jobs talks about looking back. He did that talk. He says, when you look back over your life, it's easy to connect the dots.
Yes, to know what happened. That's right. That's what happens when you get older. You can look back and see. I can see it. I just wrote an autobiography, Yo Man, by the way.
Yo Man.
You know, and obviously it's going to be called Yo Man. And actually, I did exactly what he's saying, which is to connect the dots. And I now understand what actually happened to me along the way.
But then he says, looking forward, then you've just got to trust in yourself, trusting your gut instinct.
Well, Yo Man, we're publishing ourselves. And under the Yo Publishing Yo-Ho thing. And I think you should be doing a book with us. And I think it should be called Iceman. Or what do you think it would be
Well,
called?
you can't say Iceman because that's
Wim.
that's trademarked by Wim Hof.
Okay, so what would you be? Breathman.
I don't know. Like, you know, you're talking about the Wim Hof. That's, you know, his thing. It's a combination of ice fast breath work.
I was swimming in cold water before Wim Hof ever came around. I used to swim in the Serpentine in London. I've swum in I've broken ice. I've dived through ice. I've swum in every month of the year.
Are you still a member there with the Serpentine?
Serpentine Swimming Club, I actually resigned my membership.
Oh, really? Because they're difficult to get. I was trying to get that for years.
Exactly. I got in early.
Yeah, that's good.
There was old Pete. And we used to get out the water after doing our 50 yards or 100 yards if it wasn't too cold and stand under a cold shower in the Serpentine and it felt warm. And then we'd put our hands, old Pete would come out with these things of water and you'd put your feet in and your hands. and then you put your hat on, and the whole day you felt
great.
amazing.
Yeah.
So I was there.
I mean, they've been doing it for probably thousands of years, but we know now through science what it's actually doing to our mind and body.
Okay.
So that's the difference. And then Wim's just put it together in a way that it's accessible to people and safe as well.
Yeah. So the cold water thing, what are we talking about? To sum it up, we're talking about cold water, we're talking about breath work, we're talking about all those inner parts that, and I'm talking about entrepreneurialism, to go out and do difficult things in this world and create a life for yourself. It all has to start, I would say here, but actually what you're saying, it's here.
Then eventually it should be everywhere,
And then you're not thinking so much, and you do things instinctively, and because you're not worrying all day, you make better decisions.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Robbins says the sense of hope for the future and all this. The breath work and the ice baths and all these are tools, when done correctly, to train us how to use our mind. Like in the morning, if I get in here at 5 a.m. every morning, or this big one, we put 1,000 kilograms of ice, I can honestly tell you every day I don't want to get in. But I know, even today, I've done thousands of ice baths for many years, but I know that that's part of the training.
So there's a discipline. I just realised I'm wearing my flower. This comes from Tahiti, where I used to live, and they wear a flower in their hair. So there you go.
It suits your shirt. I thought it was purposely.
Thank you, my dear. There you go. Anyway, no, I'm a big fan of Tony Robbins, actually, and I did that thing years just before I started Yo Sushi. I did that, and he got me setting goals. He's 6'8", Tony Robbins. I love him. He's a great public speaker. One of the best. I learned a lot from him.
I did the Personal Power CD that then made me get into the finances to take that risk of a new venture. So Tony Robbins for me is changed my life as well.
He was really good. He was really doing well by doing good.
I don't know if you know, but Tony Robbins has a breathwork coach called Dan Brule. That's where we've just come back from Cabo. It's Dan Brule's Breath Festival, and one of his.
Where's that?
In Baja, California, Cabo in the south. We've just come back from there last week. That's the 20th year he's been running a breath festival.
There's so many of these things around the world. So go out and find out what's around the world. If you're an entrepreneur, if you want to go out and make a great life, don't just think about those spreadsheets. Think about what you can do to get your body. People will follow you.
When we set up this business, I'm going to teach it how I speak, in my words, my broad Wigan accent. And then over time, the clients we have on a regular basis who've been coming to us for 6 years, the CEOs, business people themselves, maybe celebrities, we get them types of clients because of the way we teach it.
I'm coming.
I'm coming. You should come. You're all welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Very nice to meet you.